greasy, fried-ass chicken.
Bro, I have a napkin in my hand right here.
That's about to be the intro.
Can it be my
Are we
birthday
still
already?
pushing it?
Fuck.
Miss
You gotta wait till
Hall,
next year, bro.
have you composed yourself?
No, this is 2 days away.
Yes.
What you did, no matter the reason, was unforgivable.
Yes, I know.
However, you committed this crime in order to prove Mr. Master's innocence. If the true culprit is someone else, we have a duty to reinvestigate.
Actually, 18 years later? I don't give a fuck.
No false evidence from the IS-7 incident remains in the official case files. Moreover, there is no evidence to lend credence to Miss Hall's testimony. We should first arrest Miss Hall as the culprit behind today's incident.
We cannot be certain that all the case files are accurate. After all, the prosecutor in the case has a history of forging evidence.
I disagree.
Are you suggesting that the PIC overlooked such a prosecutor?
That's
Yes.
none of my concern. The truth is that evidence was falsified. And the fact that Dover's body from 18 years ago was just discovered proves it.
Prosecutor Edgeworth, I can see the remnants of Prosecutor Von Karma within you.
What did you say?
You tried to deceive the PIC and fabricate the truth. Let me inform you of or rather, the PIC's logic. I acknowledge that Prosecutor Von Karma fabricated the information about the body. However, he successfully convicted Mr. Master as an accomplice. I believe that the true culprit was Miss Curator herself. She even attempted to murder Mr. Gustavia today in order to pin the blame on him.
Is that really what the PIC believes?
Yes, every word I utter is for the sake of law and order.
It seems she intends to hide the truth for the sake of the PIC. At this rate... the penis? Never mind. At this rate, neither Mr. Master nor Miss Hall will be saved.
Usually when I think of not to get to it, I just press everything.
She even attempted to murder Mr. Gustavia today in order to pin the blame on him.
Okay. Go ahead and press that, I guess.
Yeah.
If she wanted to pin the crime on somebody, why choose Mr. Gustavia?
Perhaps Mr. Gustavia suspected Miss Hall was the criminal. As he attempted to confirm whether or not Gemini's sculpture was genuine, he was caught in a trap meant to silence him forever.
Can you prove that theory?
Mr. Gustavia is currently teetering on the brink of death. There's probably no way to prove it unless he regains consciousness. In other words, there is nothing we can do for now.
Yeah,
That can't
totally
be
not.
true. There must still be something we can do.
You still don't get it, do you? Allow me to give you a clear explanation.
Thank you.
There's 2 new statements.
We already have ample evidence for both the IS-7 incident and today's poison gas incident. There is no need to investigate any further.
To the left. Everything you own in a box to the check.
Traces of salt, sugar, and blood detected. Should matches the light blue liquid found in Dober's room.
The sugar matches. This. Oh, okay, go. Go back. Whose blood is this supposed to be? Dover's blood?
The victim's blood.
Pretty much, you know, like saying like that was him in that case. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do we know that for sure? Because it didn't say. Let me look at it again. Just and blood. Okay. Okay, go back. Back again. Look to the left. What does the little butt plug in the middle right thing say?
Butt plug.
I mean, that shit was
Rock
covered
salt.
in blood.
Oh, that's
Stained with blood.
okay, that's in Dover's blood. Okay, go back. Go back again.
Fingerprints, though.
You saw what?
Go back again.
Oh yeah, we don't know about the finger.
We can look at that in a second. Just go to the right. There's no need to investigate. Oh, so they're trying to close the. Okay, go to present.
Yeah, they're trying to close it already.
All right, look at that bullshit that we're talking about.
Finger points.
No,
No, he's
nigga,
talking
to
about
the left.
Wait, what?
Finger
got
points.
Oh,
Two finger points.
There you go.
We don't know.
I like
who
that.
this is. Yeah.
I like that. You little
Yeah.
baldy.
Yeah.
Judge Courtney,
You're
there's
so
a
stupid. I
contradiction in your
fucking hate you.
testimony.
I hate you.
Huh?
I hate you,
What?
Darian. You
Why
suck.
don't you pick another one, Mr. Edgeworth? That's clearly not the right answer.
Oops.
Why
Why
not?
don't you present it on the statement?
Because
before
it's
that?
obvious you're bluffing, like your dear boyfriend Phoenix.
Ooh.
She knows
He
Phoenix?
said your dick size isn't real.
I'm not gay.
But
Well,
I'm not gay.
Mediocre.
Present it on the first part. or does
Don't
that
make
not
me
matter?
press the P button.
There you go. Do it again, because we have
Huh?
plenty of votes.
That's the P button. Now you're gay, nigga. I don't think. I mean, shit. Fuck if you want. I mean, no, because we already have ample evidence. Sure.
I mean,
nigga.
does it
We can try
matter?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
we could try it. We could try it. I like fingers.
Never let this Jamaican cook again, bro.
Haha,
Go
silly
back.
Edgy, that's wrong.
Yo.
That's
Nigga
crazy.
burnt the fucking
dog.
oxtails.
Among Us.
What the hell, bro?
What about oxtails? What?
I'm just
Nico.
mad.
Yes, I'm not from Atlanta. All right, go back to the other statement. Present.
To the presentation.
Oh, you should probably save.
Go to the left.
Say,
No,
say
no,
messed
fuck
up.
him. Fuck it.
Don't save. Never save.
I never bet. Freeze. Do that paper again. I think it's a paper because they ain't specify any blood, and I think it's weird.
Sure,
Sure,
man.
man.
This is why I'm top dollar in the slave trade.
Niggas worth 63 cents.
And the goat.
Well, Phaith is a woman, and I'm under 6 feet, so I mean, of course,
Exactly, bro.
You know, a house nigga like me ain't doing shit.
you are definitely not a house nigga.
Oh, what's that?
There is still one piece of evidence from the IS-7 incident that remains unsettled.
One Piece.
Take a look at this.
It's real?
This is
This is forensic results from the Gemini sculpture that melted in the Winter Palace. According to the results of the analysis, traces of someone's blood were found. Who does this blood belong to? Until we know the answer, this case is still open.
there was blood mixed in with the remains of the Gemini sculpture. I heard nothing of this from Sebastian.
This
Sebastian
was a
is right.
report from Detective Gumshoe. I had planned to tell Mr. DeBest myself.
Fuck Gumshoe.
So even though you had no investigative authority, you still did as you pleased.
Yeah, baby.
I shall report everything that transpired today to the PIC.
I will
You're
not avert
fired.
my eyes from the truth, nor shall I overlook the mistakes of the past. If you wish to report my actions to the PIC, be my guest. But in
I'm still gonna be the
exchange,
nigga that calls the police.
I want you to let me investigate this case until the very end.
It is not my place to decide such things. I must ask that you check with Sebastian regarding this matter.
Bet you he's asleep over there.
The best.
The
best.
Mandarin.
Hey! Good
Hey,
news,
what's
you
up,
guys.
everyone? Combine money.
Uh-oh. Thanks to our early detection, Mr. Gustavi's life was saved. And now he's gonna get locked up. Mr. Gustavia.
Ray.
That's not Ray.
Lucifer.
Oh, my fault. Mr. Gustavia.
So, he's alive.
She sounded disappointed. She's like, fuck.
Would you be the one who saved my life? Hey, Mr. Gustavia. You are Sir Assistant, are you not? You've grown so big. This time, this one's your assistant then.
No. I'm...
He's an assistant candidate, and Gregory Edgeworth's son.
I am Miles Edgeworth, a prosecutor.
What a twist of fate. I am in your debt. It is thanks to you that I have completely recovered.
There's no need for thanks. Since you're alive, we can reach the truth behind this incident 18 years ago.
What do you speak of? While you're unconscious, the truth has started to come to light. You may be Isaac Dover's murderer.
Guess what?
What? Really?
Miss Hall was looking for the criminal behind the events of 18 years ago. That's why she set up the poison gas in the Pisces case. Mr. Gustavia, the events of the incident 18 years ago, tell us what really happened. So you wish to remain silent?
Nah, I think he's just meditating.
He can sleep standing up? What a useful skill to have!
Meditating.
Yeah, he's like, never mind. Meditation is different from sleeping now.
Mr. Gustavia, please tell us what you did 18 years ago. I'm the criminal because I fell for the trap. That's not a very funny joke. I am a victim, not a culprit.
Mr. Gustavia, it has not yet been made clear whether or not you are the criminal. This is only their baseless speculation. Do not concern yourself with the drivel of a prosecutor without jurisdiction.
Yeah, he's just lying.
At least there's one person here who understands.
My name is Justine Courtney. I am a judge. If you would like, I would be happy to assist you. Let us show Prosecutor Edgeworth the truth of 18 years ago.
Just straight hate. Understood. I shall prove my innocence to you, Sir Prosecutor.
Judge Courtney, is that your answer? Do you intend to bury the truth of the IS-7 incident before it can be brought to light?
I merely believe in the judgments of the goddess of law.
Ultimately, those who render judgment are only human. As long as humans control the law, there is no guarantee that every verdict is correct. If you are going to help conceal the truth, I will not hold back.
I am looking forward to it.
Lady Justine, what should I do now?
You are being suspected because you set off the poison gas. Can you
Yeah.
tell us the reason? Why you opened the Pisces case?
Understood. I came to see Sir Dover's works from 18 years ago. However, I accidentally entered the museum a half hour before it opened.
Miss Hall, there was nobody at the entrance, correct?
Since I thought since I thought the criminal from 18 years ago might be coming, I had no security guards in place. I didn't even lock the doors. I was very busy with opening preparations, so there was nobody on the first floor. In addition, I locked every palace door aside from the autumn one.
I see. This must have been done in order to lure the criminal to the Autumn Palace, which is why he ended up entering the Autumn Palace.
It's already suspicious that he snuck into the museum in the first place. The gallery should remain silent.
No.
Unless you have evidence that can prove his testimony false, I will not allow any objections. Gallery? This isn't even a courtroom. Now then, why did you open the Pisces case?
I wish to view Sir Dover's handiwork up close. The Gemini school. No, it was actually the Pisces, wasn't it? The lid had been frozen shut, so I borrowed a burner to open it. But as soon as I opened the lid, poison gas began pouring out.
That's quite a convenient testimony.
It sounds like a total lie, doesn't it? There are parts of Mr. Gustavia's testimony that I have issues with as well. However, there is no more evidence to disprove it. But that's...
Would it not make sense for suspicion to fall on Lady Catherine before myself? She may have intended to release the poison gas haphazardly.
Objection.
Oh my gosh.
Every time.
That is just... Kate turned on the sprinklers as soon as the gas was released. She was specifically targeting the person who triggered the trap. Mr. Gustavia, you were her only target. You're willing to accept the words of this criminal as the truth?
This thug!
Dog.
Miss Hall must atone for her crimes. However, the same can be said for the criminal from 18 years ago.
Sir Prosecutor, it seems you wish to suspect me to the bitter end. However, I had no reason to murder Sir Dover. If there's no evidence to suggest that I killed him, you cannot suspect me.
Everyone, like, I don't even know that guy. Yeah.
Mr. Edgeworth, can't you prove that Mr. Gustavia is the criminal?
Hey guys, can you prove?
All we know for sure is that Mr. Gustavia fell victim to the poison gas. No matter how strange his behavior was, it won't prove he committed the murder.
That's... Mr. Shields, is there nothing we can do?
Not my fault. Well, If there isn't any evidence, we should try reorganizing the facts. If Mr. Gustavia was the one who killed Mr. Dover, there must have been a motive.
Motive. Mr. Gustavia himself is denying that such a motive exists. Gustavia claims he has no motive to murder Dover.
Every villain does that.
It's not easy to take another person's life. 18 years ago, your old man also discussed motive with Prosecutor Von Parma.
Tabernacle.
Tapes.
You claim their collaboration is irrelevant? If Mr. Gustavia and Mr. Dover's relationship had turned sour.
Gustavia helped Dover with his final desserts, but Dover didn't help.
It could serve as a motive for murder.
We couldn't talk. Well, we couldn't talk with Mr. Gustavia 18 years ago. But this time, things are different. If we connect everything we learned so far, the truth might be revealed.
Yes, I suppose so. It seems I must re-examine the information from 18 years ago. I must recall all the details that have remained unexplained.
Ours.
Tapes.
So the gloved finger marks in the picture frame was your doing?
No, she says
Sonny
we
Flashbanger?
Delicia denied leaving the finger marks on the frame. If they were left by Mr. Gustavia, he may have been trying to view the angel's recipe. Was Gustavia's goal to view the angel's recipe?
Your master asked me to change the film and the cameras. It seemed the film he prepared in advance wasn't enough.
There wasn't enough film?
It seemed the number of photos he took didn't match up with the amount of film remaining.
The amount of film in the camera decreased. Did someone use it?
Well, he told me himself it might have just been a mistake, though.
The information my father collected 18 years ago was certainly not for naught. If there is no evidence, then I shall use logic to reveal the truth.
Time to start doing that shit.
It's logic time.
Gustavia claims he has no motive. Partnerships turned sour.
Mm-hmm.
And what did the last two say?
Okay, I'm pretty sure the motive for murder and partnership turned sour is
Yeah.
likely the connector.
Yeah.
I know, but I wanted to see what the other two said.
Oh,
But we got plenty of health, bro.
Nigga, click on remaining film, please.
I was assuming that
Who
he was
were you
going to
yelling
connect
at?
them both anyway.
Alright, top two.
Speedrun time, baby. Go faster.
No.
Mr. Gustavia, you collaborated with the victim Isaac Dover to create your desserts, didn't you?
Oh. It seems you know about my secret.
Mr. Shields told me about it. Mr. Dover handled the design while you were in charge of the taste. Is that correct?
Back then, my training had been insufficient.
It seems you worked together through the semifinals, but not during the finals. Why is that?
We both wished to compete in the finals against Sir Master on our own merits.
You must have also helped with Isaac Dover's desserts even during the finals.
What makes you able to declare something like that?
Didn't you tell Prosecutor Von Karma about it yourself? That you cooperated until the day before the finals?
The sculptures in Mr. Dover's room were all made out of sherbet. Such an amount would most likely need to be left overnight. Which means Mr. Gustavia prepared Mr. Dover's sherbet in advance the day before.
That's right. So you realize Gustavia's cooperation ended the day before the finals.
Recording?
Then why did Mr. Dover not help Mr. Gustavia in return?
Objection. Snaps fingers. The views of the dead are of no concern to me.
Why did Isaac
Dead
Dover
Milwaukee?
not help you in return?
Nah.
If there's a reason why your partnership with Isaac Dover broke down, that would be a motive for murder.
That could be a possibility.
That thing
However-
bursting sounds the same, like the same sound effect as like the gunshots they use in these games.
That's just how loud it is.
Balloon.
It breaks the sound barrier.
Mm-hmm.
However, Sir Dover and I ended our partnership peacefully.
Cap.
I just didn't like his food.
Peaceful
you know? Fuck
breakup? That's hard to imagine.
False. I disagree with your statement.
Not to mention, it's absurd to think I killed Sir Dover, Sir Master's room. I couldn't have killed Sir Dover while Sir Master was also there, making his desserts.
Gustavia could not have murdered Dover while Master was in the room. My young master.
In other words, there's no way I could have committed this murder.
Maybe
That's
you
not
poisoned him
true.
and then smacked him on his head.
If
and
there
then
was a
killed him.
moment where Master was absent from the room, I could prove that it was possible for Mr. Gustavia to commit the murder.
Ding ding ding. Timing of Dover's murder.
Nigga gone.
Yep.
And what did that other one say?
Remaining film?
Do the film and the recipe go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If he had photographed the contents of the angel's recipe, he wouldn't need to steal it. Perhaps
Damn
Mr.
straight.
Gustavia used Mr. Master's camera to take the pictures.
If he had stolen the actual recipe book, the police would have found out.
I see. Pictures, eh?
The problem
the
is the
internet.
time at which he entered Mr. Master's room.
Mr. Gustavia could have moved around freely during the afternoon tea, right? Because it seems both him and Mr. Dover did not participate in the afternoon tea.
Dover and Gustavia did not participate in the afternoon tea. If I remember correctly, the only time we can prove that Dover was still alive is...
Tomorrow. I mean, the victim was not seen, as he stayed locked up in his room after the contest had begun. The only one who could have unlocked the locked rooms was Jeff Master.
Was Master's desserts all that you ate?
Actually, no.
It was that nigga's dick.
Yep.
After the afternoon tea, I also ate icy dessert.
Glutton
Yeah.
for punishment.
After the contest began, Isaac Dover was locked up in his room. If we assume he was
Alicia.
If we assume he was killed at some point before Delicia snuck into his room, then there is a high chance that he was killed before the afternoon tea was over.
Bam, bam, bam.
Oh my god, there's only two things.
What's even the point? Why don't they just have like an animation that just combines the two together?
You gotta use your brain.
Isaac Dover was alive up
That
until...
takes away agency from the player.
Isaac Dover was alive up until the afternoon tea began. Ergo, that is the only time when Gustavia could have killed Dover.
Prosecutor Edgeworth, are you satisfied?
She's gonna be like, why are you staring into space?
Sorry, but I am far from satisfied. Because I am finally starting to see the truth behind this case.
Are you saying you found some evidence to show us that truth?
No, there is no need to present any evidence, since we can just have Mr. Gustavia tell us the truth.
Ah, so this is where you use that, right?
Indeed.
This?
Mr. Gustavia, there's one thing I want you to tell me. I said, Mr. Gustavia, there's one thing I want you to tell me.
Yes.
Whoa! What is it?
During the finals of the contest, you made your desserts on your own.
I wanted to compete for the title of the world's greatest pastry chef on my own merits.
If that was truly the case, you could have competed on your own merits from the start. I want you to tell me why it was necessary for you to cooperate with Isaac Dover.
Chess time.
Domain expansion.
You're only
We have one
this-
more thing. This.
During the contest 18 years ago, Mr. Gustavia collaborated with Mr. Dover. I wonder, what made them decide to cooperate in the first place? That's what I need to draw out from him, but...
Oh fuck.
Damn.
It
He's
seems
got quite a defense.
it seems he pretends to meditate when things aren't going his way. First, I'll ask about why he collaborated with Mr. Dover. The truth has been hidden for 18 years. That ends today.
Begin logic chess.
Where were you during Shibuya?
Why did you decide to collaborate with Mr. Dover? Fuck, whatever. God damn it.
Sir Dover and I were already acquaintances, even before the contest began. Since he was interested in the contest, we simply decided to enter it together.
Joining forces with a sculptor, you weren't confident in your own abilities?
Nah, you know nothing about me, boy. We wanted to make great works together.
Wait.
And see.
Yeah.
Sir Dover's son and my own attended the same elementary school. We all got along well from the start.
Really? So you were going to share the title of world's greatest pastry chef together?
Top.
Top.
I love top.
As expected, he pretends to meditate when things aren't going his way. Mr. Dover was a sculptor. I doubt he had any interest in the title of world's greatest pastry chef. In that case, where did his true goal lie?
Wow.
Indeed. My goal was the title of world's greatest pastry chef. However, Sir Dover's goal was the grand prize, the angel's recipe.
I see. You cooperated because your interests were aligned. But there must have been a reason why your partnership soured.
Sir Prosecutor, I am the victim of a poisoning. If you're going to suspect me in this manner, perhaps I'd better return to the infirmary.
Wait a
My brain
moment.
fucked up.
In that case, you should end things soon. I am not a patient man.
It seems he's trying to leave. I can't let that happen. He's still hiding something. Next, I should ask him about his true goal. I need to keep the pressure on him while being cautious of the time.
Part 2.
Top.
Top.
Or bottom. Fuck. Whatever. Yeah.
Nothing.
Bruh.
Did you want to appear on Mr. Master's TV show?
I believe it was called Shake and Bake, was it not?
Shake.
I'm
Thug
pretty
shaker,
sure it's
thug
called piece of cake.
Would you really want to see me dance about while I make desserts?
No,
shake,
that probably,
bake.
bro, kill your. That probably wouldn't be too popular with the kids either.
Exactly.
I mean, it's definitely not appropriate. I mean,
I know my limitations. I have no interest in that kind of theatric tomfoolery.
That'd be a pretty fire like cooking show. Just thug bake.
Thug, bake, thug.
That's so fucking stupid.
Sir Prosecutor, you should think about who you're talking to before asking questions.
Fuck you.
I understand.
Yourself
I
now.
should refrain from making unnecessary statements.
Wow,
Damn.
that was just a waste of time.
I must read my opponent's reactions and emotions and strike with the right words.
all right,
So
bottom,
the
bottom.
I
bottom.
see the top one again.
Yeah.
Didn't you have another goal besides the title? The title alone doesn't seem to have much value.
Ugh. How dare the likes of you insult the title of a confectionery artist? My only goal was the title itself. I had no interest in anything else. My dream was to become the world's greatest pastry chef.
Wait.
Wait.
Yeah, wait.
18 years ago, I was lacking in design sense. However, things are different now.
Oh, are you saying you have improved at your craft?
Exactly. For I have trained at the Republic of Zangfa.
Bruh.
Continue to wait.
Wait.
Yes, yes! At that time, I also
Yes.
studied at Mr. Master's works.
What do you think?
Nigga ugly. Look at him.
I would often watch his show with my son.
So, you are studying Mr. Master's work to improve your own skills. If you had these recipes, perhaps it would have been easier for you to become the world's greatest.
Huh? Perhaps. To a pastry chef, Sir Master's recipes were worth their weight in gold.
The top.
Top.
Top. Top. Top.
Stop.
Top.
It's getting in the
Table's
red.
trying to kill us.
I said it, but y'all didn't hear me.
If becoming the world's greatest pastry chef was your goal, you should have also been interested in the grand prize, the Angel's Recipe.
The angel's recipe.
No, it's the fucking, that boom sound.
The recipes of the world's greatest pastry chef. I would be lying if I said that I wasn't interested. However, I wouldn't think that simply being interested would be a problem.
I wonder about that. The Angel's Recipe's true nature was not for making desserts, but cures. And all of the contest participants should have been aware of that.
Oh dear.
Looks like I'm getting close. He isn't meditating anymore. Now to slowly but surely drive him into a corner.
Full restore.
Next, I'll ask him what he planned to use the recipe book for.
Bottom.
Bottom.
Yeah, bottom.
Did you intend to win the Angel's Recipe and use it to make desserts?
Of course. If I obtained the angel's recipe, I was going to use it in my training.
I hear the Angel's Recipe was worth a lot of money.
I don't know the exact details, but that recipe book was much too valuable to be sold.
Top.
Yeah, top.
Up.
You seem to know quite a lot about the angel's recipe.
It was explained to all the contest participants at the beginning of the contest.
In that case, you must know about the recipe book's true nature. That it was not a recipe book for desserts at all.
Impressive, Sir Prosecutor. So you know the true nature of the angel's recipe. The angel's recipe. Some have called it the ultimate recipe book. It contained formulae for new medicines that were not yet on the market.
He knew the recipes were actually formulas for new medicines. This could be a useful clue.
Top.
Yeah.
Top.
The angel's recipe. Did you know its true value?
Silly question. It contains Sir Master's best dessert recipes. Any pastry chef worth their salt would want it.
Looks like that clue will come in handy.
Top.
The clue. The clue.
Top.
You may have studied the design in Zhang. However, your skills in line could use more work. You just said earlier that the angel's recipe contained formulas for medicines.
Bitch!
You weren't interested in desserts, you wanted some medicine formulas.
Middle one.
Middle.
Yeah.
Middle.
Now, why would a pastry chef such as yourself be so interested in medicine? Perhaps what you were really after was the information about the new medicine.
Ah!
No! I have underestimated you, Sir Prosecutor.
Yes, the fuck you did.
Yes. My goal was more than just the title of world's greatest pastry chef. At the time, my son was ill. I needed the recipe for the medicine.
Your son was ill. Tell me more about that.
Go to the store.
To protect my son's honor, I can say no more.
Judging by the worried look on his face, I must have struck a nerve. Next, I'll need him to tell me more about his son's illness.
Honor.
This is it. This will be my final move of the game.
The video game?
What's your little tyke like?
Yeah.
Middle one.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
What kind of
You
person?
got uveitis.
What kind of person was your son?
Aha, my boy. He loved the desserts I made.
Did you enter the contest solely for your son?
Sir Prosecutor, you can never understand the feelings a father has for his son. I wanted nothing more than to cure my boy's illness.
Wait.
Wait.
Until the semifinals, my son would always drop by the contest venue to play.
Is that so? Wouldn't he get in your way? I doubt you had time to care for your son while you were challenging Mr. Master.
That may be so, but I wanted to grant my son's wish. He said he always wanted to be the first to eat my desserts.
Top.
Top.
Yeah, let's up.
About your son, if he was so sick, wouldn't it be difficult for him to come by and play with you?
Yeah, bitch.
My son's illness. It wasn't life-threatening.
That might serve as a clue.
What's the name of the illness?
Yeah.
What was the name of your son's illness?
Uveitis.
Sir Prosecutor, how insensitive of you. My son was seriously ill. I will not be discussing this with the likes of you.
Looks like that clue will come in handy.
The clue. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
You told me your son's illness was not life-threatening. Is there really a need to be so secretive about it?
Doink. It was enough to keep him from living a normal life.
That must have been difficult for your son.
I tried everything I could to cure his illness. It wasn't fair for the poor boy. He could never taste the desserts he loved so much.
Bitch,
Was it taste
top
disorder?
one.
Yeah.
It's the only way it could be.
The angel's recipe
Was your son
contain-
fat?
The angel's recipe contains a cure for a certain illness. A remedy that could also cure Mr. Master's taste disorder.
What? He had it too?
He had it too, I see. So your son suffers from a taste disorder?
No! I didn't think you'd figure it out so quickly.
You said two. Ugh.
In order to cure your son's taste disorder, you needed the recipe book. Wasn't that your true goal?
It is as you say.
Based on how he's acted up until now, he's appeared to be still hiding something. It seems I don't have enough clues to proceed with this line of questioning. Maybe I should try another line of attack.
Bruh, the third one down.
Bottom one.
Bottom.
Did the angel's recipe only have the only cure?
Yes. Although the medicine is being sold everywhere now. At the time, the recipe book was the one and only option. That's why I continue making my desserts without joining the others for tea time.
So you weren't interested in what Mr. Master was making? You should have seemed confident in your chances of winning.
I could not be bothered to pay attention to the other contestants' desserts.
What? Top.
What?
Top.
Top?
You're in the red, so first come, first serve. You just said earlier that you studied Mr. Master's works. In addition, if your goal was to win the contest in order to get the medicine formula, you must have been curious about the other contestants' entries as well.
There was time to sample the other desserts during the contest, but none of their entries had any flavor, so I didn't want to eat any of it. I suspect I may have been a bit nervous as well.
So everything he ate tasted flavorless. This could be a useful clue.
Alright,
Top, one top.
What was the name of your son's illness?
Sir Prosecutor, how blah 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 blah.
Right.
Blah 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 blah.
It's the sound of Charlie Brown adults talking.
That is as you say.
Based on how he's acted up until now, it appears he is still hiding something. Looks like that clue will come in handy.
The
Didn't
blue.
you also have the illness, bitch?
Being unable to taste anything, regardless of what you eat. Such a bitter illness. That reminds me, didn't you say something similar earlier? None of their entries had any flavor, so I didn't feel like eating any of it. Wasn't it? Perhaps your son wasn't the only one who suffered from a taste disorder. It's hard to imagine being a successful pastry chef without a sense of taste. Perhaps what you really wanted was to cure yourself?
That's completely ludicrous.
Luda.
18 years ago, I made those desserts all by myself.
Oh,
Middle.
shit.
Collaborate?
Middle. Nice.
It seems you've caught yourself in a contradiction. Didn't you cooperate with Isaac Dover in the contest? You can hardly say you made the desserts all by yourself.
Bitch.
Yeah.
Was that the best cry ever?
Goodness.
You must.
No, because it's just like you didn't press A, so I just thought I'll just keep going.
You must take great pride in your abilities as a pastry chef. But to betray your pride and cooperate with another contestant, you did it all to cure your own disease.
Well done, Sir Prosecutor. It is as you say. The one with the taste disorder is not my son. It is I. No one knew. I kept it a secret for 18 years.
It doesn't matter how long a secret is kept. If you lie before me, I will expose it. Dane Gustavia and Isaac Dover were both trying to obtain the recipes for the new medicines. Gustavia to cure his condition, and Dover most likely to sell the recipe book for money. For this reason, they entered the contest as a collaborative effort. And with that, checkmate.
I win, bitch.
Restore.
Rah!
Logic chess complete.
Ugh. Bro, where was Edgeworth in Shibuya? They needed him. I have never told this to anyone.
It's already
Well
in the color
done.
games.
As you say, I developed a taste disorder 18 years ago.
Taste disorder?
It was a severe disorder. I was unable to discern any flavor at all. It is one illness a pastry chef dreads above all.
Those symptoms sound a bit different from Mr. Master's taste disorder.
Mr. Master's condition is known as hypogoiza. It is simply caused a deteriorated sensitivity to certain specific flavors. I'm sure it has caused her master much pain, too. After all, no medication was able to cure it 18 years ago.
In order to cure your taste disorder, you would need Mr. Master's Angel's recipe. And that's why you entered the contest, am I correct?
That was one of my goals. I still had my sights set on the title of world's greatest. When it comes to making desserts, I won't lose to anyone. Even without the ability to taste, I still have the utmost confidence in my flavors.
Oh, so I presume you also prepared your dessert in the finals with the intent to win?
That goes without saying.
According to what Mr. Shields told us earlier, the evaluation of Mr. Gustavia's entry was... Up until the semifinals, Mr. Gustavia's flavors and design were to my liking. Unfortunately, both the taste and appearance of his finals entries left much to be desired. It seems the dessert you made for the finals was not rated in high regards to flavor. Mr. Gustavia, you will tell us about how you made your dessert during the finals.
Very well. It seems I must teach you upstarts a lesson.
I'm a down bender, more like.
What?
Sir Dover and I cooperated until the finals. I handled the flavor. He was in charge of the design. However, for the finals, I wanted to challenge Sir Master with my own skills. I helped Sir Dover make his entry, but I made mine completely on my own. If the flavor of my entry wasn't good enough, my own lack of training was to blame. How about that, Sir Prosecutor? This is the truth of 18 years ago.
I can't find any contradictions in this testimony.
Well, of course he isn't going to fess up that easily. This guy's been on the run for 18 years, after all. Guess we'll just have to keep on pressing him until he breaks, eh?
Yes.
Sing everything?
If the flavor of my entry wasn't good enough, then my own lack of training was to blame.
Press that.
Up until the finals, I heard that you received high praise for the flavor of your desserts. Was there some sort of accident during the finals?
Nothing of the sort. I simply was unable to taste my work due to my taste disorder. My intuition must have been off. That's all.
Then, was your intuition fine while making Mr. Dover's entry? How could there be such a huge difference between the finals and the previous day?
We're not getting anywhere at this rate.
Should I change the topic?
Ask about the semifinals?
Sure.
Yes.
So, you're sure there wasn't anything different between the semifinals and the finals?
Yes, that's right.
New statement. Aside from not cooperating with Mr. Dover, the finals weren't much different from the semifinals.
Film missing, but I didn't know if we were supposed to.
What is that top right one?
Family photo.
Always came to visit up until the finals. What did me look at? Check it.
Picture.
Them little shits. Little pieces of fucking shit.
Gustavia's son always came to visit up until the finals.
I wonder what happened to Gustavia's son in the finals.
So is that
That's
what's
probably
different?
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
There was another difference between the semifinals and finals. This photo depicts your son. We know he came to visit you up until the finals.
That is correct. What does that have to do with anything?
Your son, who always came to see you through the semifinals, was not present for the finals. And then, it was only in the finals that your flavor judged poorly. I don't believe this to be a mere coincidence. Your son's visits must have been very important to you, were they not?
A father can work miracles when his son is watching. With my son cheering me on, I was able to make the most delicious desserts.
Mr. Gustavia sure sounds like a good father, doesn't he?
If what he's saying is the whole truth, one could say so. But just hearing his son's cheers wouldn't be enough to change the taste of his desserts. A confectioner, confident in his sense of taste, develops a taste disorder. It would have been difficult for him to maintain the taste of his desserts. Your son came to cheer you on. Was that really all he did?
You seem very doubtful, Sir Prosecutor. In that case, I'll turn this around and ask you. What else could my elementary school son have done besides cheer me on?
Oh,
Eat that
he
food out.
tasted the desserts.
I guess that makes sense, yeah.
Would you say Tablez?
Ate that food out.
Oh,
Food.
so he ate his dad out?
Yo,
Bro.
I'm sure your elementary school son would have remembered the taste of your desserts.
Of course. My son always loved my desserts.
In that case, he would have been able to taste test your desserts in your place.
Ugh. What did you say?
Earlier, you told us that you have a taste disorder.
I've never told this to anyone. Well done. As you say, I developed a taste disorder 18 years ago.
No one else knew about your taste disorder. If Mr. Dover had found out, he would have ended your partnership. After all, you were in charge of the flavor. Your son didn't just cheer you on. He also helped you determine if your desserts tasted correct.
Damn.
Ah, I see. Mr. Nova's dessert was made the day before, so it still tasted good. Hmm? What you're saying is quite amusing, Sir Prosecutor. You say that my elementary school son assisted me as a taste tester? You are insulting my pride.
Your pride?
It's true. I had no sense of design 18 years ago. However, I won't lose to anyone when it comes to flavor. You claim I would cast aside my pride and rely on my son? Don't get carried away with your foolish conjecture, you upstart.
Bruh.
Damn.
In that case, I'm sure their son can confirm if my theory is a mere conjecture.
Unfortunately for you, I no longer have a son.
What?
Damn.
A cute Lamut.
After my taste disorder was cured, I went to train in Zhang immediately. During that time, I severed all ties with my son.
Wow. Should fuck him.
Don't tell me. You would even abandon your own son?
That's
Hello.
not all. Even today, the whereabouts of his son are still unknown. The police have been searching, but they haven't been able to find any traces of him. You wish to confirm your theory? I welcome you to try. Desserts are the only things that are important to me. After regaining my sense of taste, my son no longer mattered.
That's fucked up.
Order in the court. Mr. Gustavia's actions are certainly inhumane. However, we are not here to judge whether or not he is a good father. Prosecutor Edgeworth, I believe this is your loss. Laughing in the back.
I keep getting welcome.
He looks funny, laughing in the background.
After all, there is no evidence left from 18 years ago to prove that could prove your theories.
Mr. Edgeworth, is there nothing we can do? At this rate, we'll never find out the truth.
Detective Gumshoe, where are those results?
Where are you, man?
Cockshoe.
Where are you, man?
Mike was muted. I wonder whose blood it could have been. I've asked forensics to look into it, sir.
Right, I leave it to you, Detective.
Gumshoe dancing.
Oh yeah, it's coming up. It's gonna be like Danganronpa.
I entrusted Detective Gumshoe with the last piece of evidence. If only I knew who that blood belonged to.
Miles, there's still one thing that's bothering Uncle Ray. Was Mr. Gustavia the only reason for coming to that art gallery? To check on the body?
Well,
If he only wanted to confirm the body's presence, he wouldn't have needed to open the case.
That's right. Is there a way we can prove this?
There's one way. We just need the evidence from Detective Gumshoe.
Prosecutor Edgeworth, what are you talking about?
What are you waffling about?
what is blood waffling about?
Gumshoe?
Dos Ex Machina! Mr. Edgeworth. Sorry to keep you waiting, sir.
Just the person I was talking about.
I'm just in time.
Detective Gumshoe,
mean,
I trust you have the test results.
Look at that loser Larry drawing in the background.
Just fucking around.
What is he drawing? Like, of course, sir. I got the report back from the lab. But
Detective, please be silent.
Shut
you
that
can't tell
shit
me what
up.
to do.
So, this is the evidence that Prosecutor Edgeworth was talking about.
Oh? Hey, what is this? This is the first I've heard of it. Actually,
Krill yourself? This was a request from me. I asked him to investigate a certain piece of evidence.
why is everyone always helping you out? I'm the one in charge of the crime scene.
Child.
Mr. The Best, I apologize for taking matters into my own hands, but how about we hear this report first?
Sure.
Detective Gumshoe, what were the results?
Here's the report, sir. Traces of blood found in the Gemini sculpture belong to... Drumroll, please. Victim of the poison gas, Dane Gustavia.
What are you saying?
Good work, Detective Gumshoe. As I thought, my theory was correct.
Mr. Edgeworth, what do you mean?
What are you waffling about?
We... oh my goodness. We too would like an explanation. What on earth does this blood prove?
Nothing. This blood is something the culprit of the IS-7 incident tried to conceal.
It can't be. That's...
This blood was found inside the glass case of the Gemini sculpture. In other words, your blood was found alongside Mr. Dover's body.
Ah!
Why would Mr. Gustavia's blood be in a place like that?
If you intend to remain silent, then I'll reveal the truth myself. In the Gemini case, aside from the blood, we also found traces of salt and sugar.
That shit tasted nice.
Salt and blood.
And only one of Mr. Dover's sherbet desserts tasted salty.
Come to think of it, I remember Miss Delicious saying the same thing 18 years ago.
Oh, you see, this sherbet was most delicious. I love that shit.
Really? I wish I could have eaten some too.
But there was one piece that was so salty I couldn't eat it.
Rest in peace,
Tapes?
Tablez.
Oh.
Oh,
So
damn,
do you-
nigga died. Oh, never mind.
It's right here in this photo. It was a part of that liar.
No, that's the liar from the Gemini constellation.
That shit tasted
Exactly. For some reason, salt had been mixed into the lyre. No other traces of salt were found in Dover's room.
In that case, please explain. Where did the salt detected from the lyre come from?
I don't know why my first thought was, it came from his body. That's disgusting.
Did you hear how the music slowed down on the slow and reverb type?
Beat.
I still have not attempted to fix that problem, but I doubt I can.
It goes hard, slow beat.
That's just the limits of emulation, I fear.
And computers.
Where did the salt
Unfortunate.
detected in the lyre come from? The rock salt thing, Bobber.
Indeeder.
Oh yeah, right.
This shit tastes like metal. I wonder why.
You ever just eat metal?
Is this the rock salt lamp used as the murder weapon in the IS-7 incident?
Yeah, I'm actually Gajeel from Fairy Tale. I believe part of this rock salt lamp was mixed in with the sherbet from Lyre. At the time of the murder, there were 2 rock salt lamps in Mr. Master's room. One of those lamps took Mr. Dover's life. We know that Mr. Dover's blood was left behind on the murderous lamp. However, there were no traces of anyone's blood found at the crime scene, Mr. Master's room. I said that weird.
Oh, my
Right.
fault. Because the killer disposed of all the desserts with traces of blood into the streams of water, right?
No other traces of salt were found in Mr. Dover's room.
Yeah. Speaking of which, weren't the two rock salt lamps found in Miss Delicious' room also broken?
Hey, it looks
Go
like
ahead.
it looks like both the lamps and the pillars are broken. Both of their light bulbs are broken.
Maybe they were also dropped on the floor.
I just remembered Saya the Clown deadass collabed with EDP recently.
Wow.
No,
He did.
I saw that video.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
They never did figure out why the other rock salt lamp was broken. Maybe Mr. Gustavia's blood was on the other lamp.
If your blood was found in the lamps inside the crime scene, you would have been suspected. As the culprit, you would have needed to conceal all traces of your blood from the police.
Don't tell me he concealed it in the sherbet lyre.
Exactly. The rock salt lamp and his blood were mixed into the sherbet lyre and hidden inside the glass case. Unlike the fountain's water, this sherbet desserts would not have been analyzed right away. Perhaps he had planned to dispose of the sherbet when the opportunity presented itself.
Then, the reason Mr. Gustavia came to this gallery.
18 years ago, the body and the evidence pointing to the killer were both stolen. Even the killer could not have anticipated that. There was no way of knowing when the body and the evidence would be discovered.
So he planned to destroy the evidence before the Zodiac Art Gallery's grand opening.
Dane Gustavia, isn't it time you confessed? You are the true culprit of the IS-7 incident.
Monsieur Gustavia, you're the reason, Monsieur Master.
Mr. Gustavia,
Mr. Croy.
could it be? After all this time, my crime is finally brought to light.
Let's go. I'm fucked.
The prosecutors and the defense attorneys 18 years ago never even came close. Bravo! Bravo! Well done, sir, prosecutor.
Congratulations!
So you admit that you killed Mr. Dover?
It is true. I killed Isaac Dover. But he only had himself to blame.
What do you mean?
He fucked up the cobblestone generator.
Dover and I worked together in order to win the contest. No matter who won, we agreed that we'd share the Angel's recipe. But on the day of the finals, he stabbed me in the back.
Painful.
Sir Dover, this isn't what we agreed to.
I'm sorry, Gustavia. The deal is off.
What? But I made your desserts for you. I'm the reason you got this far.
And what of it? Can you prove that you assisted me in any way?
Dover, you were planning to betray me all along.
I just sabotage his ship instead of killing him.
Because of Dover's treachery, I was forced to make my finals entry on my own. It was just as Sir Prosecutor said. My son assisted me every day until the finals.
What about your pride as a confectionery artist?
A proud chef loses the ability to taste his own creations. That's a feeling an upstart like you would never understand. Mastering the art of dessert making is my reason for being. It is my one and only pride.
Committing murder for the sake of pride, that's another feeling I will never understand. To say nothing of abandoning your own son, such a thought disgusts me.
Before you judge me, first understand what happened 18 years ago. On the day of the finals, my son never came to assist me. Thinking back on it now, I suppose Dover had a hand in that as well.
Huh? What exactly happened to your son?
I do not know, but it no longer matters. Ever since that day, my son meant nothing to me. From what I hear, he's still missing.
That's awful! Giving up on him like that?
Without your son, you've had no chance of winning, correct?
Yes. And since I was guaranteed to lose, I needed a failsafe. During the afternoon tea, I made my way to Sir Master's room. I just needed to take a photo of the cure to my taste disorder. It would have all worked out. If only Dover hadn't interfered.
Ah, Gustavia. Trying to steal a picture of my prize, are you? That hardly seems sporting.
You!
Cure for taste disorders. Oh, you have a taste disorder, don't you? Ah, this is Rich, a pastry chef who can't taste.
Dover, you! Ah!
Puny worm, you're in no position to oppose me.
Why, you? When I attempted to hit Dover, he struck me and sent me flying. I crashed into one of the rock salt lamps, and that was when my blood stained on it.
So Mr. Dover wasn't the first one to be injured.
They got in a fist fight.
To conceal my blood, I shaved away part of the rock salt lamp and mixed it into the sherbet. After that, it became a part of the liar's sculpture. So, that's how you tried to erase the traces of the crime scene. Dover tried to blackmail me using his knowledge of my taste disorder. If I didn't want it to become public, I was to pay him a large sum.
So, that's the reason why you killed Isaac Dover.
Exactly. What reason do I have to let those who obstruct me live? He was the one who drew first blood. I simply gave him his just desserts.
Yeah.
A nice pun.
So that was his motive.
I carried the rock salt lamp that bore my blood into Dover's room. Then, I came up with a hiding place, where it would not be easily found. I get it. That room contained plenty of tools for sculpting sherbet. Your deduction is spot on, Sir Attorney. It was the ideal place to shave away the rock salt. I then proceeded to coat the surface of the chevalier with vast amounts of the salty mixture.
But why? Why did you try to pin the crime on Monsieur Master?
You're wrong to blame me for that, Lady Catherine. If not for your unnecessary meddling, Sir Master never would have been a suspect.
And I would have gotten away with it too.
Why do you think I hid the murder weapon in the fluorescent cloth in Lady Delicia's room?
There's only one reason why you'd place a murder weapon in someone else's room. You wanted to pin the crime on Delicia.
Me?
Yes, that is correct.
Ghosty, why me?
As one who sought to be the world's best confectioner, I greatly respected Sir Master. It was never my intention to cast suspicion on him. But an insolent woman who dared sully the contest with fake desserts. I had no problem letting someone like you take the blame for the crime.
That makes me so sad.
That's also why he slandered her in the very beginning, 18 years ago. If you remember
Yeah.
the slander he delivered towards her.
If you hadn't snacked on other people's desserts, the body would have never been found. It was when Sir Master would be judging Lady Delicia's room. That's when I finally saw an opportunity to freeze the body. But before I could move the body, Lady Catherine had already discovered it.
Why? Why did you need to freeze Monsieur Dover's body?
Why indeed?
Monsieur Edgeworth, please tell us. Why would Monsieur Gustavian need to freeze the body?
Well,
They wanted to troll.
Why would,
There's an option, it's
trolling
just a
around.
troll face.
to
I'm just trolling.
disguise it as an oil sculpture.
I'm trolling and fucking trolling.
Top one. There's also no health bar, so it doesn't really matter, but that's my best guess.
I want to say the top one, but that's all.
You can do that. I think the
Oh, wait.
time would be interesting because, you know, freezing a body and shit. Usually, I like Ice Age.
Holy
I like
shit.
cryogenic fusion. I mean, freezing.
What you
What?
cursing for?
Wait, Kate's not the one who hid the body, right? She was.
You talking about Spook Scott? Fuck.
I know, right? So, like, she knew it was frozen, right?
No, she didn't know the body was frozen until way later.
Yeah.
But she knew the body was in there, right? She
No.
was
Way
moving it.
later. Way
She
later.
didn't know until later.
Later.
So yeah, I think it's the first one because that was his plan to hide it in an ice sculpture, right?
Yeah, that was his plan.
Mm.
Mr. Gustavia froze the body in order to disguise it as an ice sculpture.
Huh? Really?
Mr. Edgeworth, Miss Hall looks like she's frozen solid.
I'm sorry. It seems I was mistaken.
Okay.
Why did you get it wrong?
Do it again.
I guess it was the time of death.
Just try the middle.
Mr. Gustavia intended to freeze the body in order to throw off the time of death. If the time of death had coincided with the tea party, Mr. Gustadia would have been suspected.
That is correct. Preparations were necessary to freeze the body while I was preparing in Dover's room. I placed the body in the treasure chest with Sir Master's room. I could think of no better hiding place at the time. But thanks to that gluttonous pharmacist, the lid of the chest
That-
broke.
Fuck!
He said it with such venom. But why did you disguise him as an ice sculpture?
I
Once
just
the
wanted
body was
food.
discovered, there would be no time to throw off the time of death. To buy time, you needed to hide it someplace else.
How horrid. How could you hide Monsieur Dover's body within one of his own works?
What? So what was the point? Never mind.
It would have all worked out if the body hadn't been discovered while it was in Sir Master's room. If everything had gone according to plan, Sir Master would have never been arrested.
So, because I discovered the body, it's my fault Monsieur Master was.
Kate, don't take his words to heart.
He a thug.
Even if suspicion hadn't fallen on Mr. Master, Miss Delicious would have taken the fall. No matter who he targeted, the one at fault here is Mr. Gustavia himself. The detective in charge of the initial investigation was also a dunce.
Araya.
To think he never reported the missing body to the prosecutor.
Prosecutor Von Karma indicted Mr. Master without knowing the body had vanished.
I see. That would explain why he looked so flustered at the crime scene. Although, it's something that would stand out if you had read the official documents.
Could someone have intentionally distorted the information? At any rate, Von Karma was found out about the missing body after he had made his indictment. And if he had let one person be acquitted, he'd have a stain on his much-prided perfect record. That's why he concealed the fact that the body was hidden and had Mr. Master declared guilty.
For
What
sure.
are you saying? For 18 years, that man has taken the blame for your crimes. Don't you feel anything at all?
I don't care what you say.
How come she finally says something goes well?
What a monster. I'm arresting him right here, right now, sir.
Oh no, Gumshoe, you're gonna
Actually-
get back Black Flashed.
I'm sorry, but I'm afraid that will be impossible.
Oh my gosh. You know what? I'm just ripping that gal out of her hand and just bonking her on the head with it.
The only one who's getting bonked is you.
So you figured it out.
God fucking damn it. Hold on. My bad.
That's correct. You have no right to sentence me.
But what? But the culprit is standing right in front of us.
That shit was 2 years ago, bro. I don't give a fuck.
Allow me to tell you the reason why you can't arrest me.
Bitch.
It has been 18 years since I murdered Dover.
Press.
The statute of limitations for murder in this country is 15 years, is it not? In other words, it's impossible for you to arrest me. I only confessed my crime because the statute of limitations had expired.
That's crazy.
It's cool, bro.
The
Anyways.
statute of limitations for murder is 15 years. Mr. Edgeworth, is there nothing we can do?
As long as the statute of limitations remains, arresting him is impossible.
No way! My sincerest apologies, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Neither Mr. Gustavia's testimony nor your logic can be taken as official legal proof.
What?
The verdict of the trial 18 years ago cannot be overturned.
What? What about the fact that Mr. Dova's body was hidden? Even if we can't arrest Mr. Gustavia, this should at least earn Mr. Master a retrial.
Really? I wonder about that.
She really needs to lose her job.
Overturning a verdict of the Goddess of Law is much harder than you think.
Is the PIC trying to justify the verdict from 18 years ago?
How unfortunate, Sir Prosecutor.
Is there nothing I can do? Is there no way to continue pursuing Mr. Gustavia?
We need someone to come in right now.
Phoenix, help. Alright, go to the organizer. Look at the statue limitations thing of a Bob Jigger. And
Check
let's
it.
see what it has. Let's see what information is in that thing.
Did he go out of town?
Yes, he did. Anyways. If it's yeah, this dude, no. He was chilling in China for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. In Guangdong.
Murder, 15 years. That's 7 years. If the suspect flees or lives in a foreign country, the time limit is on hold until the suspect returns. If possible, accomplices are on trial.
Go back.
Okay.
How did you just get bricked up in the middle of Blue's reading?
Audible is cool. Go back. Go back. Go to the right.
The statute of limitations for this murder yep.
What does the next thing say?
In other words, it's impossible for you to arrest me.
Do we present it here or the previous one?
Go to the left.
I think the previous one.
Oh, you presented on the last one.
No. Press.
What? Why not?
Press.
Back.
I want to hear more.
It's possible that some of your actions 18 years ago were not affected by the statute.
It's been so long, I've got nothing to hide. Ask me anything you'd like.
Very well. Could you explain to me what you did during these past 18 years?
Oh, well,
Certainly. After the contest, the medicine from the recipe book allowed me to finally cure my taste disorder. I then immediately headed to Zhangfa to train my designs.
He's fucking done.
he's chilling
When
in
you
China.
look at Guangdong Tiger Games and look what it got him. I don't even need to hear anything else.
So,
Before immersion.
he wasn't seen. He wasn't seen that shit. So he wasn't seen ever since that case because he was in a foreign country. Indeed. And I'm certain that I went abroad to train.
Are you
About
certain?
1 year after that case. Right before Sir Master's final trial began. And thanks to my training, I am now a confectioner unparalleled in both taste and design.
You're fucked, nigga.
You should not be
And now-
proud of your position earned through a sacrifice of others.
Because now you're a prisoner along with Kai Sanat.
You can't bake a cake without breaking a few eggs. Sacrifices were necessary for my goal.
That's horrible.
Say what you will. The fact still remains that you cannot arrest me.
I'd like to get more information out of Mr. Gustavia. Was there anything of note in his recent testimony?
Zhangfa.
He's
Thanks.
training.
Could you please add the details about your training in Zhengfa to your testimony?
Oh, certainly.
Afterwards, I trained in Zhengfa to become the world's best confectioner.
I'll present it here.
Yeah.
Or else.
Statute of limitations.
Indeedly.
Doo-doo-doo.
One of the conditions regarding the statute of limitations for murder is as follows. If the suspect flees to a foreign country, the time limit is on hold until the suspect returns. So the statute of limitations was suspended while you were overseas.
That's right. The statute of limitations stopped while you were training in Zhengfa.
Oh, we got lucky.
And what does she have to say? Bro,
Indeed.
She didn't read that shit. She really
It is
didn't.
possible that the statute of limitations has not expired yet. Mr. Gustavia, please tell us how long you stayed in Zhengfa.
gosh, hop off his fucking dick.
No.
It would be. Exactly 3 years. 3 years? Oh, wait. No. Let's calmly think this over.
He says that he's
Nah.
not.
The case accord. 18 years. The statute of limitations is. My voices got mixed up. Forgive me. The case occurred 18 years ago. The statute of limitations is 15 years.
He can do the
And he was
math.
away for 3.
Oh fuck.
15 plus 3 is exactly 18 years. I'm sure of it. I did math. Mr. Edgeworth, we did it. The statute of limitations hasn't expired yet.
That was a perfect opportunity for him to lie. Like, how did he fumble that? All he had to say was 1 month.
I mean, they probably could have found out anyways.
Yeah, they
they
could probably
could've,
verified it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like you
if
could
he
lie.
went, especially if he went overseas, they can find like travel records of that stuff.
Yep. Flight
I'm
logs,
saying-
baby.
I'm saying that was like a perfect opportunity for them to pad out the game time. Like, they literally just bumped.
Nigga, we're on the last fucking lap. Fuck off.
You think they're gonna pad it out
Any other
on the
time
last
we'd be
lap?
complaining
I don't
about
think
that.
so.
Any other time I would have.
Yes, I would.
Nitpicker.
Stop it.
Wait a minute. Did
You
you
can't
guys
stop.
said something else?
It played the whole thing. It wasn't stopping.
You can't play. You can't stop us. Well, did you use Discord sound or your soundboard?
No,
I used my soundboard. I usually
Is it
stop
on?
it, but it didn't work.
Anyways,
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I thought something different was happening. My fault. Exactly 18 years, you say? How amusing.
So he realized.
Why are you laughing? The statute of limitations still applies.
Okay. It's frustrating, but the case occurred in December. It's April now, which means, strictly speaking, the case occurred 18 years and 4 months ago.
Yeah, buddy.
Your stay abroad wasn't quite enough. You were just a few months short.
Not enough. That's
Like I said, it's impossible for you to arrest me. You have to be going for a
it looks like it's sweeping firm.
One
Wow.
Piece, all he could do was laugh.
I wasn't expecting that reference to be made. He must have known all about this when he confessed his crime.
Prosecutor Edgeworth, it really is a shame.
Are you just spectating, bro?
If it were just 1 year earlier, the statute of limitations would not have run out. Those who undermine the goddess of law's verdict must bear the burden of their crimes. It seems you were simply incapable.
I should take your badge right the fuck now.
But no. This can't be the end.
So, Monster Gustavia really is beyond the law's reach.
Kate, what are you thinking?
Objection.
God. You're thinking of taking matters into your own hands. I implore you to reconsider. There still might be a way to bring this man to justice.
What?
Miles, remember the facts of the case 18 years ago. Just as you were mistaken earlier, it seems Mr. Gustavia has also overlooked one key detail.
Overlooked.
He wasn't present during the Master's final trial, so he doesn't know the outcome of the trial itself. There may be yet a way for you to arrest him. Miles, look up that book of statute of limitations again.
I'm guessing
17 years ago, Master was falsely declared guilty of a serious crime. Thanks to that verdict, we aren't out of that verdict. We aren't out of ammunition just yet.
Mr. Shields, you don't mean...
Hey man. Those who underlaw the goddess of law's verdict must bear the burden of their crimes. I am Mr. Master's attorney. I can't use his suffering as a weapon in good conscience. For that reason, I leave the rest up to you.
Fade to black. The trial my father and Von Karma battled over. Can I use that to arrest Mr. Gustavia? What should I do? Should I raise an objection?
Just like that one man
No,
would
don't
do.
raise an objection and just let's get a game over.
Let's raise it. The roof.
Tablez
Raise
agrees
the
with me.
roof.
Indeed.
Point.
My father and Von Karma. Their paths diverged. One revealed the truth, the other concealed it. The path I choose is the one that reveals the truth.
I see no further reason to prolong this trial.
We're still not in court, by the way.
I hereby find Dane Gustavia not guilty.
Overruled. Gustavia will stand in court for his crimes.
Do you mean to say you have found a way to arrest Mr. Gustavia?
Exactly. I'll show Judge Courtney the evidence that will shatter the statute of limitations.
So we have to look at that I-7 shit again. Oh, let's check that. Go to the next page. He was convicted as an accomplice to the murder. Okay. And then you go back to the statute of limitations. Oh, let's check that. If possible accomplices are on trial, the countdown is stopped until the verdict is reached, then resumes.
If charges are pressed to demand compensation, the statute is frozen for the length of that procedure. So, what do we present? This or the other thing?
Follow the other joint.
Yeah, because he was convicted as an accomplice, so...
Ah,
So it actually hasn't been closed.
Yeah, fuck him, man. Let's spell out the hard R together. And
We got plenty of health.
the IS-7 case file. Which
Fuck.
page are you referring to?
You can just look at it again.
yeah.
And the organizer.
I say we guess and just take the hit for it.
Next. Suspect data.
Sus data. Let's go. Sus among us.
The suspect data page. At the trial, Jeffrey Master was found guilty of being an accomplice to murder.
Okay, I'll pull up.
And it took 1 year to arrive at this verdict.
Right. That is indeed true.
This book lists conditions in which the statute of limitations can be put on hold. The first, as I've said earlier, is if the suspect flees to a foreign country. But there's one more.
Right, you don't gotta pause for that.
If possible accomplices are on trial, the countdown is stopped until a verdict is reached.
What are you saying? Sir Master was found to be an accomplice? That's right. Mr. Master was sentenced after you had left for your trip to Sangfa. And he was found guilty of not being the culprit, but of being an accomplice. But it seems you didn't know that.
Because you didn't watch the trial.
That's absurd! Sir Master would have committed any crimes to begin with. You should certainly know this.
Of course we do. That is why we're going to free him. To that end, we will shatter the one remaining obstacle in our way, the statute of limitations. You fled to Zangfar for 3 years, and Jeffrey Master was being held as an accomplice for 1 year. Put it all together, and we see that the total time limit for this case is 19 years. In other words, the statute of limitations is not over for you yet.
The goddess of law is unerring in her judgments.
But you made a lot of fucking errors today, so...
However, it seems the prosecutor at the time was not
Can you please
that
get fired?
vampire. I cannot believe it, but it seems the case will have to be reopened.
Oh man, she's
This-
like,
This is absurd. You can't arrest me.
Objection!
For the last 18 years, an innocent
country-
man has suffered. Say what?
Nothing.
For the last 18 years, an innocent man has suffered greatly in your stead. Mr. Gustavia, it's now time for you to atone for your crimes.
He has hair.
whoa!
We've seen him do that animation many times. That's also the same animation that Gregory does in the past.
I have finally earned my place as the greatest confectioner in the world. To achieve that goal, I cast everything aside. Even my own son.
What a shame. You can't run from your crimes any longer.
Not if I kill myself.
We don't need another Terry Falls situation.
Look at him go.
Ah!
Stone double?
Huh?
Oh, he just
The
cut a
screen
version
just
of
froze
himself.
for me.
He just cut like a version of himself.
I thought I was gonna pull a Daedara.
C0?
I thought he was gonna blow
Instead,
shit up and run.
true
honestly.
It's an explosion.
That's what I was kind of thinking, low key too. He's gonna blow up and run.
Honestly, Larry would have survived that.
Oh, that.
Anyways,
Oh, I'm thinking of a case until Destinies.
Of course,
then
Larry would have
Gustavia
survived
has
that.
been taken into custody, sir. Yeah. So you're up next, right?
Yes, I understand.
What a bitch. It's just like, oh yeah, you're next. By the way, bye.
Everyone, I am truly sorry for all the trouble I caused. And thank you very much for catching Monsieur Gustavia.
What you did cannot be overlooked. even if the crimes you committed were in response to a past injustice. As a prosecutor, I am terribly sorry for what happened.
No, I'm only getting what I deserve, since I was the cause of all this.
Kate, will you have me as your attorney?
Let's fucking go.
I'm not quite the same useless kid I was 18 years ago. I won't let them find you guilty.
Oh, Monsieur Shields. Yes, thank you so much. They gonna hug? I was hoping they'd hug. Fuck.
All right, hornball.
Oh, it would've been a cute moment. What the fuck?
Come on.
She said hugged. She didn't say.
Oh,
I
my
didn't say
fault.
make out. I said hug, as in, like, you know.
I thought she said fuck afterwards. I thought she was just correcting herself.
Oh.
Anyways,
Sorry to interrupt, but it's time for you to go.
Beats the shit.
It's time for you to get in the cell.
Yes, alright.
Get in the SWAT
Alright.
car.
Into the paddy
Bye,
wagon.
everyone.
Wait, before you leave, can we have the tablecloth back? Damn.
Fuck.
So have fun in jail with the soap.
Judge Courtney, I can't help but feel that you've been dishonest with me.
All the time.
Dishonest? Whatever do you mean?
You said that the verdict could not be overturned, but that was not the case. A reinvestigation and retrial were obviously required as soon as the missing body was found.
I have no need to answer you.
Don't talk to dipsticks.
It seems she doesn't intend to ever give me an answer.
I fucking hate you, nigga.
Prosecutor Edgeworth, the PIC has you in its sight.
I will kill you, nigga. I will shoot your back.
They will receive a report on everything you did here today. And you will most likely be required to appear before them.
What if we just kill the higher ups?
We just.
Alright. JJ.
Now then,
Edgeworth's curse technique isn't offensive.
I shall take my leave.
And that's when Shelly the Killer comes through. He owes us a debt.
This is a perfect time to hire him.
Hold
if you
on!
think about it, Shelly the Killer is just the Toji Fushiguro of Ace Attorney.
Oh yeah, my son making me.
I named my curse
Hold on!
Sorry,
Mr.
sorry.
Edgeworth caught the real bad guy. Didn't he do his job as a prosecutor?
No matter
No,
how,
his penis will be imploded.
no matter how things turn out, I will never regret what I did here today.
Mr. Edgeworth,
The best, meanwhile.
Hey, Prosecutor Edgeworth,
What is it?
why are you always sticking your nose into cases that you're not even involved with?
My duty is to reveal the truth. Not only as a prosecutor, it's just who I am.
I don't get it.
As long as you continue to think that being the best is all that matters, I doubt you ever will.
Well, I don't get that either. I'm going home.
And
Alright,
go
baby.
home. Shut up, nigga.
what was that all about?
I thought he was going through a character arc, bruh.
There's much he still needs to learn.
Hmm?
Miley!
What is it?
I knew Greggy-san could do it. I think I might be falling for you.
Well, let's go, BBW.
Thank you for helping Jeffy.
Well,
This dude.
Yo, Edgy. Great job solving that case.
What were you even doing after the drawing?
Well, I was busy drawing, so I really didn't get any of it.
That's what I thought.
Huh? Where did Katie and Justy run off to?
Oh my god.
Maurice, you really weren't paying much attention at all, were you?
this place could have blown up and he wouldn't have noticed. Well, I hate to admit it, but Larry's doodles actually helped us out a few times.
More than once.
I should say something nice to him.
You're not a waste of space.
Don't glare at me like that. I'm sorry.
It was not my intent to glare at you.
That patented Edgeworth glare. Just like your old man.
Is that so?
Well then. Uncle Ray is gonna go pay Mr. Master a visit. You guys wanna tag along?
I just realized that Toji analogy I made earlier makes no sense. I'd be happy to accompany you.
Oh, me too.
What happened to saying something nice to Larry? What the fuck?
He didn't say anything mean, so
Okay.
That's all he gets.
close
You
enough.
should.
If anything, I think Dolly would be more the Toji than anyone else.
So, this is Jeffrey Master.
18
What's he
years
like?
later.
Oh, he's a really nice and gentle guy. He's still doing his best to make people happy. He actually cooks desserts for the inmates. Nowadays, all the prisoners and guards look forward to snack at 3 o'clock.
Wow, that's really nice. I want to eat his desserts too.
So the chocolate cake we saw in the prison the other day, he was the one who made it?
Here he come.
Fuck!
Maybe he just has a sleeve
Oh.
of tattoos on his left arm.
Oh, Gummy.
Yeah, that'd be hard.
Where are
He
you?
just does the fucking teardrop eye tattoos.
I heard everybody was coming to visit, so I escorted Mr. Master myself.
Hello, one and all. I am Jeffrey Master.
I live in
Prosecutor
this prison.
Miles Edgeworth at your service.
I'm Mr. Edgeworth's assistant, Kay Faraday.
Ho ho, and I am Daddy. It is a pleasure to meet you all.
Yo.
Oh,
Mr.
he
Master?
said that, I hope it wasn't K.
Mr. Master. Miles is your old defense attorney's son.
You mean Mr. Gregory's? Your father has done so much for me. And yet, I betrayed his good faith when I made the false confession. I've heard the details from Mr. Shields.
Mr. Master, I came here today to tell you that everything we learned 18 years ago.
18 years ago? Shit, it's been a long time, fine. Kate committed a crime for my sake. She hard as hell, I'm not gonna lie, she hard as hell. Oh shit, she got arrested, my bad.
Miss Hall's been trying to prove your innocence for the past 18 years. She was willing to do whatever it took to save you.
Kate, she shouldn't have gone through so much trouble for an old man who let her down. Mr. Master, I don't think you realize just how much Miss Hall cares for you. I have something here that clearly proves the two of you share an unbreakable bond. An unbreakable bond? Proof of the bond between Jeffrey Master and Catherine Hall. This should give Mr. Master some peace of mind.
Oh my god, the
You saw
badge!
The bloody Salt Rock lamp.
No,
Let's just
That
put
makes
it in
it
here real quick.
lovely.
Bottom right.
just throw
just throw both the fucking cannons in
What?
the room and let them mix.
Say, let's go,
Just
Mr. Master.
Completely
Okay,
flooded
hold
the
the gate.
entire prison with poison gas.
Edgeworth and Kay just running out of the front door.
Oh
You
yeah,
still
he
have the
allergic to
chocolate?
chocolate. Just give him that shit.
There's still
Chocolate.
chocolate.
Silly
Chat.
chocolate.
Chocolate. Boom, boom, boom. Fuck.
Silly chocolate. These
Give the
chocolates. Did Kate make them? She did.
They're really sweet and tasty.
I almost
They're
misread.
fucking melted.
Almost misread them as she died.
She mixed her little juices in them too, bro. You love them.
Yo, she
Bruh.
Shimonetta timing, bro. She's been making these chocolates for the past 18 years, so that she could give them to you whenever you returned. Kate. These real nigga tears, I'm not crying. I'm sure they are very, very sweet. Yes, they truly are. Unfortunately, I cannot give them to you now, but
Gumshoe?
The Mandarin.
Sorry, I fell asleep on the job. I can hand the order later and send it out.
it is against the rules. But right now, I don't have the authority to stop him.
Yeah, he's got a job and I don't, right?
Ho ho! This come as close as you like. I mean, thank you very much. Say, you remind me of an old friend. Do you know a Detective Bad?
Of course I do. Detective Bad is my #1 role model, pal.
How uncanny. Talk about fate.
Man, the fat shaming never ends for Gumshoe. It never
don't.
ends.
We're gonna make sure it don't.
It's Bad's fault.
Mr. Master. It's looking like we'll be able to get you out of here soon. I can only apologize that it took 18 years to do so.
Raymond, I'm the one who should be apologizing. No, that's not it. What I really should be saying is,
Good shit, monkey!
thank you.
Mr. Master.
This broadcast was made possible by viewers like you. Now it is my turn to wait for Kate. I'll make her favorite sweets every day until she returns. Please look after her, Raymond.
Already was.
You got it.
Until she returns home to her father.
Oh,
The IS-7 incident. The case I inherited from my father. After 18 long years, it's finally come to a close.
Miles, thanks for today. I am sorry for leaving that final decision to you.
No, I made that decision of my own free will.
Yeah, the green braid cells in my
Eh?
head.
what are you talking about?
To arrest Gustavia, we had no choice but to use Mr. Master's false charge. To use Mr. Master's false charge, which I was originally supposed to protect him from. The attorney inside of me simply could not do it.
So that's how it was.
But after this, Uncle Ray's gonna have to try to clear away that false charge as well.
Yes, I understand.
What? But if they find out about the one false charge, they won't be able to arrest Mr. Gustavia, right?
That's true. It sure is a contradiction in the law. The way the law is right now, it isn't always completely right.
A contradiction in the law.
Well, who knows what'll happen. The law evolves and grows, just like all of us do. Just like Uncle Ray and Miles have grown up, you know?
People and the law both grow.
Miles. To fight crime as a prosecutor, or to save people as a defense attorney, I want you to think carefully about how you want to live your life from now on.
I will.
Well, if you ask Uncle Ray, you'll always be welcome down at the office. Alrighty then. Looks like it's time for Uncle Ray to get going. Next time I see you, I'll be sure to thank you again.
He was doing that ghetto walk for a second.
Really though. Thanks for today.
Mr. Shields really seemed to be in a bit of a hurry.
Indeed. I should be the one thanking him. I was able to face my father's last case because of him. When I was young, I wanted to become a great defense attorney like my father. However, under Prosecutor Von Karma, I learned the ways of a prosecutor. Thanks to a certain friend, I was able to discover my own path in life.
Objection!
However, right now there are forces trying to take me off the prosecutor's path. Maybe now is the perfect time to think about how I should live my life.
Maybe I should be a defense attorney.
Damn, we never gonna see Tablez' birthday in this game.
Second, 729.
Gregory,
Gregory.
I'm sorry that it took so long.
One picture.
It may have taken 18 years. But finally, we're proving Mr. Master's innocence. Miles, your son, helped me with that. The way he fought for the truth, he was just like you, Gregory.
Picture.
I'm still not the kind of attorney you were. But I will forever carry on the convictions I inherited from you. And if I can, together with him.
To fight crime as a prosecutor or to save people as a defense attorney. The path I choose is...
Neither.
Table, shut the